Hi everybody out there, this is Sir Burnman, transform into the Doctor. What I have for you today is crazy. I'm just going to show you how to build models and import them into Minecraft. Tell me it ain't so. Tell me it ain't so.
Hi everybody. Hi everybody. This is Sir Burnman here, and I just felt that it was necessary that after what you just saw might have been disturbing, so I just wanted to kind of introduce you again into this video, um, so that you're like wondering what the hell is going on. So basically, I've done a video tutorial. For Minecraft. Now, I've been kind of interested in knowing how some of these servers that I go on have these elaborate models of like dragons and fortresses and stuff like that. Now, I did come across a few things. Now, if you know about Minecraft, there is MCEdit. Now, when I was looking for it, I accidentally got the wrong version. I got their beta or alpha version, which was like 2 point something, and it was just not working at all because it's an alpha stage. So creator told me about the one that I was looking for, and I guess maybe I overlooked the link somehow on the website, but I got the link and I downloaded the MCEdit software, and I started figuring out how to import some of the models. Now, I'm used to working in 3D environments and video game creator just texting me there. I'm used to working in video game environments and video game engines, and I wanted to, know how to do it in Minecraft. So so basically, I'm going to discuss in the sequences you're going to see using Maya or the free 3D software by Google, which is SketchUp. Now, there's other ones out there, which is like Blender is also free. You can use Blender for creating your elaborate models because of the manipulation of the polygons and the triangulation. Whereas SketchUp, you can probably do it with not such great ease, but it's meant more for architectural design. Now, I don't recommend using it for creating architecture and importing it in this manner, and I also mentioned it in the sequence or the videos. It's just that I really don't think it'll work out, but I am looking into it. But thus far, the best way of creating your structures is simply use a graph paper with grid lines or some sort of like paint, Microsoft Paint, which uses a pixel kind of art format to kind of rough out a rough idea of a building, and use that to guide you in building in Minecraft. So without further ado, here's just a small tutorial. It's about 20 minutes or 20 so minutes long, and hopefully it'll be intuitive enough to give you some help on building and importing some cool models into your environments. Now, if you have any questions, you're more than welcome. I actually entice you guys to ask me questions regarding this, and or if you have some ideas, by all means let me know, and I'll respond to you as quickly as I can. And if you want to keep following me, don't forget to subscribe. Just click the button. All right, so until the next video, guys, I hope you enjoy. So here we are. I am in Maya right now, and as you can see on the screen, we have a simple mesh of some character that I had put together a while back, and I'm going to use this for the demonstration purposes. Now, if you look at it off the bat, it's you may think as a beginner, you might think that this is kind of complex, and it could be for a beginner modeler, but actually this is a very low polygon model, and it's constructed okay. But for demonstration purposes, we really don't care right now. We just want to try and get this in. So what do we do? Well, because I can export this right now. If I go in and export selection, I can actually export this as an object right off the bat. Now, this is good if you have Maya. So, if you don't have Maya and you want to be able to import it into SketchUp, well, here I already have it imported. And if you go in and you check your imports, you have a bunch of import options. Now, you have AutoCAD, you got SketchUp, you even got the 3ds Max format, but there is no Maya. But Maya will export into multiple formats that will allow you to import it anyway. And why I imported it into SketchUp is just in case you don't have Maya, and I'm going to show you the same procedure. So what I had to do is I had to export into a format that SketchUp could understand, and the one that I found was the DAE extension. So now if you know Maya, it's very simple. You can just click export object, select the folder where you want to convert the file, which I'll explain to you in a moment, and then that's it. It's just simply done. Now, with the file that I have downloaded, it kind of recommends you just put it on your desktop because of the path. We have to kind of tell it where to go, and it's much simpler just to put it on your desktop. Now, you could put this anywhere in your computer or a special file, but you'll need to know where the path lies, because we need to change the directory in a shell within your PC to point it to the binvox application. Now, in doing so, one of the first things you have to do is you have to open up a command shell. So in the search bar here, we're going to search for CMD. Now, I could you type it in and you have it right here at the very top. You just hit enter, and now you have your command shell open. So the first thing we want to do is change the directory. Now, I have it saved here on a notepad just so that it's a little bit more quicker for me. And the path that you want to, well, first what you want to type in is CD space \C. Let me see if I already have it here. No, I don't. Okay, I'm just going to copy this in. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it won't allow me. Okay, so CD space \C semicolon users, which is the main directory, or the I guess it's the permissions or the location of your main computer, your files. I'm not really tech savvy, so you have to excuse me here, but I will make sure that you'll understand by the time this video is done. So another \, and now you got to type in your user name of the computer. Mine is Bernard, and to find out where your username is very simple. You can just open up your start here, right click on your computer and hit on properties. And where would it be? So computer name is Bernard. You don't type in Bernard-PC because that's just telling you that it's your PC. But I'm going to make sure that I hide most of all this because I do not want my product ID or anything to be given out. So we will close this. So next what we type in is that we want to go to the desktop where the folder is. So we type in desktop. Let me just move the mouse. And then the folder that it is stored in, which is Binvox. Now at any time you get lost in this tutorial, you can write comments and ask me some questions. You can contact me through this channel, which is the Bernie P channel, and or Twitter me or email me, or just visit the website and contact me through there, which is iplayablockhead.com. Okay, so I figured out what I was doing. It was just a matter of the space. Actually, it wasn't a space, it was a slash that I wasn't supposed to put in. So it's CD, C, no slash, semicolon, then slash users, then Bernard, then desktop, and then Binvox. Now, if this doesn't come right, I will eat my hat. Now, it changed the directory. Perfect. This is exactly what we want. Now, to take the object file and convert it into a schematic, this is what we need to do. First, just let me make sure that I don't have a duplicate of the creature schematic, because I have not imported. I tried importing something else from Sketchup. It was just a simple object that I had created, which you'll see in the scene, which I've been playing around with. So what you want to do is now type in Binvox, the name of the file obj, which is creature, space -t space schematic. And then you're going to see something happen where a little box, well, first you're going to see a bunch of text scroll through, and then a little box is going to pop up and it's going to do something funky to the model. And then once the window has closed, then you're ready to go to MCEdit and import the model. Now, it is very crucial, it's even warned on the website, and I've been told by Creator, because he has played around with it too, is that you do not have Minecraft open when you're doing this. Not this part, but the MCEdit, because it can actually destroy your world. It can get rid of everything and then you have nothing. So always remember to shut down Minecraft before you do that. So let's go to Binvox, and we're going to go creature dot obj -t and schematic, and then hit enter. As you can see, it's processing all the chunks. The window has popped up and it's doing its funky thing. I guess it's calculating all of the spaces needed for the chunks. It's still thinking. Now, depending on how fast your computer, this could take you a little bit more time, or it actually could be done a lot quicker, but we are done now. So we're just going to close this window. Now, just so that I don't have any problems, I'm just going to close down my Maya. We're going to save it, and we're also going to close down SketchUp. Now, again, if you just select, when you're in SketchUp, all you have to do is make sure that you have the model selected, export as a 3D model, and then go to the OBJ file extension and export the file. Now, and then follow the same process I did with the shell command, and it will do all the calculating for you. So we'll just say no because we don't need it. Now we're going to go to MCEdit. Here we are. Now, I don't really think you need to worry about where MCEdit is saved. I have this saved in my downloads folders right now, so it still works fine wherever it is. It's a standalone application. So you just double click on the MCEdit application and there you go. It is now loading. Now, when I was first researching this, I was lost. I kept going to mcedit.net or .com, the website that was supposedly had this, and for some reason I kept downloading the wrong version. Now the link for this application was kind of somewhere in the top corner, whether I was not able to see it or not, but Creator was nice enough to send me the link and I downloaded, and this is the version you want to use. You do not want to use their 2 point whatever version that they have. You want this version here. So what do we want to do? Well, we can hit open, or we can actually see that Burnman is one of the last files I believe that I was working on. So just click on Burnman. There we go. It remembered the last file that I was working on. So again, depending on how powerful your computer is, it's got to render out millions of blocks here, and it could take a few minutes. So while it's slowly rendering out some of the world, we don't really need to wait. As you can see here, I've been experimenting, and I'm still not 100% familiar with this application, but it won't take me long to get all of the ins and outs of it to construct. The first model here that I did was pretty big, and because of the way the import is done, it actually took out a huge hole in this world, a part of the map here. And I was kind of, saying to myself, why? Well, the thing is that when you import an object, which you're going to see momentarily, it has a specific size that, or a box that the objects is stored inside. Now, it doesn't matter how big the object is, it still will have a certain dimension, and if you don't place it correctly, it will actually take out everything else, because empty space in the cube that contains the object is considered air, and air actually takes up space, and that's what happened here. So I do not know what happened here. Okay, it's just acting a little weird. Okay, it's still rendering out the chunks correctly. There we go. Alright, and as you can see down below here was another example of an object that I just simply created in SketchUp, and I didn't realize that you could actually change the size, and so it kind of made a bit of a difference. So let's go ahead and import the mesh, shall we? So just click on the MCEdit here, and we want to actually, no, sorry, there's an import button right here. So if we just click on the import button, we're going to now look for the file. So if I just go to my desktop and I go look for the bindvox, in here we should have some schematics. So here we have the creature schematic, and we're going to open it up. So we have a box right now, as you can see, that will contain the object, but we need to place it first. And so just clicking on it will allow us to kind of move out and see what the object's going to look like. Now, clicking doesn't mean that it's now in the world yet. That's just me kind of deselecting the box. So one thing, as you can see, okay, I'm just trying to remember a few things. As you can see here, this is a box that the object will be in, and so it's pretty large, and this is the reason why I end up taking out a huge chunk of the world. But what you want to do is you want to scale this down. So you have a scale factor here of 1, which is by default, and I know you're wondering, well, I don't see the object. Well, it is there, but it just needs to render. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this default to 0.2 there. Now our box scale has changed size. Okay. We just need to adjust ourselves so that we can reposition it. Edit. Do we have an undo? Yes, we do. Okay. It seems that I lost the... Again, you got to get used to maneuvering around in this world because it can become very cumbersome. Line chunk. Oh, how embarrassing. I think I lost it. Where is it? It's somewhere. It's still rendering. Ah, there it is. See, it's because my computer's not that powerful. Oh my god, look at that. It's there. I can't believe it. Alright, so far so good. Okay, so chunk of line, I really don't know, but I think what it does is it kind of helps you position it correctly. So I'm going to just bring it down. We're going to bring it over. And again, it's all about trying to maneuver around in this environment. And you'll notice that it's not that easy, but I guess when you finish placing it, the final result will be rewarding. Okay, so I scaled it. As you can see, I scaled it down. And I'm just going to move it a little bit more. Now we want it to kind of like look like it's standing, so that's what these controls are for. You can rotate it by clicking on the button or hitting the E key, which will also do the same job. So to rotate you hit E, to flip you hit F, to mirror or to roll. Well, roll is what we want to do actually right now because we want to kind of make it standing up like this. And that's that's pretty much it. It's very simple. Now, the only thing is that, as you can notice, that this is made out of one type of block material, or I guess it's made of stone. So it's gonna take some used to going in and modifying if you need to, but overall purposes, we're able to bring in the model. We're just gonna make sure that it is flush. I do not want to make it into the ground. Why does it keep going up? See, very difficult, very difficult, very difficult. Okay. There we go. But I forget how to make it flush. Do I undo this? Okay, there we go. Made it simpler. So let's just go in to see if the feet is flush. Okay, it looks like the feet is flush. So we have our model here. Now, I did kind of a decent job, as you can see. So without further ado, we are now going to import it into the scene. So it's going to do its magic again. It's doing all the calculating of the chunks, and for this, it doesn't really take long. So it's already in the scene. Now what you have to do is you want to save it. So you just go here and I do believe the save is here, and you hit save. It's going to take you probably a minute or so, and that's it. You are done. Now all you have to do is just quit the application, and you can just close all these other windows here. Now we are going into Minecraft. So I will pause this and I will continue when we get in. Alright, so here we are in the main menu of single player, and let's go to Burnman, which should be at the top. I do believe this is the one. Now this is probably going to take a few seconds or probably a minute. It's got to rebuild all the chunks in this world. There we go. And this is the map, and there we are. Look at that. How simple was this? Very, very simple, very, very cool. And all you have to do is go and modify it, touch it up, and you have yourself a cool statue into your world. Now this is not quite like building houses or anything for that matter, and I find that it's probably easier if you build your models directly in Minecraft. If you want to get into constructing houses and whatnot, because you can actually take these objects and select them and then export them as their own file, or you can just save the map, for instance, and with your houses on it. But for this demonstration is just kind of to show you how to import a model into your own world. Let's go on up here, just take a little look around, and not bad considering that it's constructed out of tiny blocks. It looks pretty symmetrical because when I built it, both sides are identical, so I guess it did a good job at making sure that both sides are accurate. Yep, pretty much the same. So I hope this was intuitive enough for you and inspired you to do a little bit of creating. I will try and come up with another tutorial using Sketchup to see if I can use Sketchup to construct some houses and then import them in. But again, like I said, it's probably best that you use Minecraft and build the houses that you want to build in there, and just save the maps and either share them with your friends or use them or whatnot. But that's pretty much it. So I hope that this was much easier than going somewhere else and looking. Like I said, it was very complicated at the beginning, and I'm a very knowledgeable person when it comes to modeling and working in game environments. So this was kind of a bit of a challenge for me, and I'm kind of happy that I'm able to be creative and bring some stuff into the world. So hopefully in the future you might be able to see some of my stuff, or even creator stuff on the server. Alright, so take it easy, and next time I'll have some more cool stuff for you. Bye.